Diseconomies means nothing but if you go in large production, large quantity of production. So what are the advantages that you are going to come across and disadvantages that are going to be faced by the production unit or any manufacturing unit industry. That comes under this economies and diseconomies of large scale production. Large scale means nothing but large quantity of production. So plenty of products if they are going to produce. What are the economies and what are the diseconomies? So this we have already seen a glance of this. This can be divided into internal economies. Internal economies means within the organization some advantages will be there due to large quantity of production. And we can divide them into second part is external economies outside the company. Some of the advantage from the society they are going to come across. So all those comes under the external economies. So as we have seen this list of this, technically we have certain advantages if we produce in large quantity. And managerial economies means here management. So management related advantages will be there. And the marketing related advantages. And we also come across financial related advantages. Risk bearing. So because they are in large scale production, they can bear the risk also. And because the large scale can be done only when the company grow in large. So there may be certain research centers can be started by these big companies. So due to which we are going to have certain advantages of research also. And economies of concentration. Concentration means concentrating in one area, same related companies. And some information they are going to get from the society. That like journals, you might have seen the IEEE journals, etc. etc. Journals are there, no? From which you are going to get the information. And due to welfare economies are also going to be there. In the society, some welfare facilities will be there, which will be providing the advantage to the company. So what are they? All these are related. Let us see in detail. Technical economies means here. So this will be arising due to new implementation of new technology into the company. So superior quality technology you are going to implement in the company if the company grows in large. Big company we can hire or can get the new technology and implement in their company, due to which they are going to have certain advantages. Like if they are going to implement new technology, they can produce large quantity with small effort, small expenditure on inputs. So due to which what happens, cost per unit will be reducing. Cost per units means the per unit, what is the expenditure that it is spent by the manufacturing unit will be reduced. So this cost per unit, if it is reduced, automatically the company can gain profits. Here you have to keep in mind that whatever the price that is fixed by the company will be based on the cost per unit. They will add certain percentage of a profit to that and they will fix a price of the product. For example, if you have produced a mask, let us take mask. One mask, if they are going to produce for 2 rupees, they will add 3 rupees or 4 rupees to that as profit, and they are going to sell it in the market in large quantity. So that means that amount which is added here as profit is not going to be changed when you are going to reduce the cost per unit. If the company is going to produce in large quantity, then they may be spending 1 rupee itself for producing a mask. So then automatically they are selling at 7-8 rupees, no? So that profit, instead of disturbing the profit, if you reduce the cost per unit, automatically that is giving you 7 rupees of profit, no? So that is how they are going to increase the profit. So by reducing the cost per unit. So that advantage will be there if you produce in large quantity of production, because you are not going to bring change in any labor or anything else. Only technology, due to technology, within less time you are increasing the production. So such advantage will be there. And you are going to use the equipments also, whatever the equipment that is required in the production. So that may be used superior quality. So when you come to the small firms, they cannot afford all those technical superior technology in their company, because it will be very costly to implement that new technology in the company. So if you grow the company, then only this is possible. And you new specialized operators can be there who are going to handle that machinery. So operating charges also reduces. And you can reduce the wastage also. So wastage, because number of processes, if it is increased, process are more, wastage will be more. So if new technology is there, processing will be continuously done by using a single technology. So due to which wastage of carrying from one unit, processing unit to the other processing unit, that can be reduced here. That also reduces the cost per unit. And you can utilize to the maximum extent the workers that are going to be used in manufacturing unit. So all these things you are going to have all these advantages, no? So this is related with the reduction of cost per unit, which will be automatically increasing the profit of the company without change in the price of the product. At the same price you are going to sell, but your profit will be increased here because you have reduced the per unit cost expenditure. And if any wastage is there, with that wastage also you can produce some other products also, byproducts we will call it as. So like that you can start any other new plant like in the same company, and you can produce new developments in the products also. So all such specialization can be possible here. So you can divide the work into, split the work into different parts. If you are large scale, that is not possible for the small companies. So which is giving this technical economies, which we can say that all these are technical economies due to your capacity of the firm is increasing. No? So that leads to technical economies. And the second economy of this company is managerial economies. So what is managerial economies means here? This is related with the management of the company. So because it is a large scale production or a large company, so they can afford highly skilled people in managing the company. So those who are proficient in managing such people, such experienced people in that field can be appointed in the company. So due to which they will be giving you good ideas, and they are going to implement different strategies in the company. and you can have a separate head for each and every processing. Like manufacturing, separate head will be there. He will be looking after only related with the manufacturing. He need not to go through assembling or packing, etc. works. So that will reduce his stress, due to which he will concentrate more on manufacturing itself, and he will be having more ideas. He can use his whole time for manufacturing, how to develop the manufacturing and how to reduce the wastages. So on that only he is going to concentrate. So such managerial advantages will be there. So which these are not possible in the small scale companies. In small scale companies, they cannot hire even the specialized persons. Only if one person is there, he has to look after everything related with the product, like manufacturing, assembling, packing, marketing. Everything will be looked after by that particular person who was appointed in small scale companies. So he will be having a burden of all these activities, due to which he cannot concentrate on only one specialized process, and he cannot give uh, good result for the company if it is in case of small scale firm. So that is not applicable in case of large scale. No? So due to which advantages of this company related with the managerial persons can be used here. That economy can be used by the company because they are experienced in that particular area. So all people, those who are appointed for manufacturing, assembling, packing will be specialized persons, and they will be having separate departments, and they will be looking after only on that, and they can also go through the research also in that particular area, and they can find out the new processes also. So that is possible in case of large scale production. So this comes under the managerial economies. And coming to the marketing economies, here related with marketing also we have advantages, because this product is needed to be sold in the market, final product. So that needs a certain marketing, advertising the product. So due to advertising, everyone will come across, know about the product, that some product is existing in the market. So if you don't advertise, it will take a long time to make the customers to aware of that product that is available in the market. So by advertising, it easily enters the customers. It easily enters the markets. And nowadays, this for marketing, they are entering into research also. How to sell the marketing research, we will call it as. So how to market your product, and how to advertise your product, and how to attract the customers. All these will be researched by this particular marketing research team. So that team will concentrate only on studying about how to attract the customers, and what are the different strategies they can implement to market the product in the market. And you can also give certain concessions also, because once your product is known by the customers, people will come forward to purchase the product, no? So automatically transportation expenses can be given concession. They can be given service, free service, and free delivery also, delivery of the product. And you can give them credit also. On credit you can sell the product. All these are possible if you grow in large scale. So this is not possible for the small scale companies, small industries. So which comes under the marketing economies. So if this all this leads to anyhow ultimately the end goal is to earn profit. If all these advantages are there, you can earn or increase more profits or at least exist in the market. You can take a COVID due to COVID only large companies can exist in the market now. The small companies they are unable to withstand this situation, to face this situation, and some of the companies might have closed also. So that is possible if uncertainty enters the market. And some financial advantages also uh, can be gained by the large companies, because here they are going to use large quantity of capital, so they can get the loans from bankers. Financial institutions are there which are going to give they are going to lend the loans for big companies at a cheaper rate of interest, and even public will come forward to invest in that large companies because they are going to earn more profits. So even public individuals are interested to purchase the shares of such companies. The bankers will also come forward to lend loan easily at cheaper rates. So because different sources are there from where the capital is going to be acquired by the company, they can use this amount for growing the company. So it will be like a cycle. If once the company grows, production will be increased. Production increase means cost of production will be reduced. At same prices you are selling with the earning of more profits. If more profits are earned by the company, automatically you can get more loans from the public or any other institutions. Everyone will come forward to lend you loans. So this amount can be used for day to day as an working capital. Working capital means day to day expenditures. Some expenditures will be there for these companies, like paying the uh, amount to the suppliers immediately within time, or sometimes you are going to you are going to give credit to the buyers, no? So on credit, if you are going to sell, to that extent of amount you have to manage in your company, because it will be take certain time to recover that amount from the public, from the buyers. So to that extent of period, you need to hold the amount as working capital. So many are there to, this is a big chapter, we can say, working capital related, how to manage, etc. I am not going in detail about that. So working capital means day to day, whatever expenditure it is going to be spent by the company. So that can be more easily they can borrow from even financial institutions or bankers. So all these are going to give you financial economies. Cheaper rate of interest means automatically your interest paid will be reduced. No? So that is an advantage. Your expenditure is reduced therein. Without your own capital, you are getting amount from the public. So even if the company is a big company, they can list in the stock markets. So a small company cannot list its shares in the stock exchanges, where they cannot sell their shares. Even if they are able to sell the shares, people will, public or individuals or bankers, they are not going to come forward because they don't have confidence on that particular company, because it is small. So how much they are earning, that will be very less. So people will prefer only large companies for investing. So all the advantages are related with this financial thing, that if you grow in large company only. And risk bearing, we can take this COVID as a risk uncertainty. Due to this, so many disturbances entered the companies. So this bearing of this risk, uh, without selling their product, they need to pay the employees' salaries. Every expenditure like electricity bill, they need to pay compulsory. All these are the fixed expenses, we will call it as. Even if the production is running, even if the product is sold, or even if the market product is marketed or not, they need to compulsory spend that amount. Even rent to be paid on that building if they have hired, interest they have to pay on the borrowed amount. So all this they need to bear, no? So that risk bearing can be more in case of large companies. So small companies cannot bear if it takes this much of time. So they cannot even exist in the market. So 1 or 2 months means they may be bearing, but after that, now this due to COVID 1 year period, this much of long period, they cannot bear and they will exist. If it is a large company, they can exist still. So all this comes under the risk-bearing economies. That means survival is there. Existing means survival. So under any circumstances, these large companies can survive, even if any fluctuations takes place in the market. And the large companies can have a separate department for research and development. They can maintain that. They can maintain the laboratories also. They can employ the trained people to do the research separately for that particular area only. And they can invent new new products they are going to invent, that can be our new techniques they can create, research people can create. So all those can be implemented in the company to increase their output. And not only output, increasing output, they how to reduce the cost per unit is also going to be researched by this team. And economies of welfare. Welfare means like within the company and outside the company also we have welfare facilities. Inside economies also there, so they can separately have canteens, subsidized canteens at lower price. They are going to provide tea, coffee, defense, meals, etc., etc. So all this can be possible if it is a large company. Otherwise, small companies cannot provide all such canteens, recreation rooms, and they can give even housing facilities within the company, educational facilities, medical facilities. So if all these are facilities are provided, automatically the efficiency of the workers will be increased, and they will feel that this is our company, and they can improve their skills, and they can make the company to grow. So all these are the internal economies, we can say. And coming to the why these are internal economies are going to exist means due to two reasons, we can say. One, it is indivisibilities. Indivisibilities means what? Nothing but the factors of production, that the inputs of the production are not in a position to divide into small parts. And their work cannot be divided into we can say that what we can say the workers will be allotted eight hours, no? So that cannot be reduced here, and for a half day they cannot pay the salaries. So they have to anyhow recruit the people permanently. 1 or 2 hours workers they cannot hire. So they due to that they have to utilize them at to the maximum extent. They are paying 1 day salary means for 1 day how many hours they need to work, that much skill that should be used by the companies. So for which large scale production will is it is going to utilize the worker to the maximum extent without any wastage of the skills of the workers. So for that, these internal economies will be obtained, or we can say these can be faced by these industries, large industries. If you utilize only for 1 hour or 2 hour, that will be wastage of the workers' time, no? So that will lead to disadvantage, of course. Of course, in a disadvantages, we are going to say the same thing. So we will say that maximum extent we are going to use in economies, and in diseconomies we will say that all the people will not be used to the maximum extent. So some part may be wasted. So in diseconomies that comes under. So due to indivisibilities, this output increases. Even machinery also, you cannot divide the machinery, no? And you cannot divide the advertising amount. If you advertise, market the product, so that will be having minimum amount uh, that should be spent. So whatever you have spent, that will be utilized for the whole production. You need not spend for even if you produce 1 lakh units or 10 lakh units of products, the same expenditure you are going to spend per unit, that expenditure will be reduced. So this is possible if there is indivisibility is there. So మనం 1 lakh కదా అని 1 lakh advertise చేస్తామంటే no one will come forward to advertise our product. So that we can say that it is indivisibility. And specialization is there. As we said, every field will be separated. All the activities will be grouped and that will be separated. And each specialized workers will be there for each department. Specialized machinery will be there. Specialized place will be there. Specialized capital will be there. Due to which you can split all the departments into different, so all the work into different departments, as we have taken in the previous example, technical economies. There we have discussed manufacturing separate department, assembling separate, packing separate, like that. You are specializing, you are dividing. Specialization means dividing. So due to that, what happened? Everything will be processed in well, planned well, and you will be getting good result. So all these are going to lead the company to enter into the internal economies. So efficiency increases, due to which cost will be reduced. And external economies, what are the external economies means? This will be outside the company. So when a company is concentration means, if you see, for example, if you take all the software companies are located in one area. All the steel industries will be in one area. Pharmaceutical industries or chemical related industries will be located in one area, like that. So like that, even though they are competitors, they will be located in one area. So this is what it is called as what? Concentration. So why like this people will be concentrating in one area? Because they can have common advantages. If skilled workers are there, skilled workers can be utilized by everyone. They can take the help of the one another, right? If you have a skilled worker, you can the other company person can uh, take the help of the skilled person which is going to be there in this company. So like that, if these people want any help from the other uh, beside company, they can take the help of the beside companies. So like that, they will be having certain advantages. Even shops also, if you go through the market, all the gold shops will be located in one area, steel shops will be located in one area, like that. Why they will concentrate on one area means because they will be having certain advantages also. Not only competition is an disadvantage, of course, but they will have certain advantages. So they can improve the transportation and uh, power. All subsidies can be given by the government if like that any concentration of industries are in one area. So due to which you can reduce your cost per unit. And economies of information can be gathered here related with your industry which was published in any journals. If you see for triple E separate journals will be there, mechanical separate deeper journals will be there. Why like this separate journals will be there means you can know what is going on in the world, even in the world, what it is going on. That research papers will be published in that journals related to that particular area. So which will give that information can be used by the industries if they are related with an manufacturing industry like a car, mechanical related products. So they can get the information from mechanical related journals and they can use that, what it is going on, what are the new technology, everything they can have knowledge. That information will help them. And where the raw materials are available, such all such information can be uh, gathered here. So due to which you can improve your technology, even new technology. What is that new technology that entered in that particular industry can also be known. And welfare facilities, not only internal welfare facilities are there, external welfare facilities are also here leads to external economies. External facilities means you can uh, take the examples of any recreational facilities, mm, anything that if you are going to procure any land, you can get the concessions also. At concessional rates, people will be providing the, that means in that society, people will provide at concessional rates some lands to certain companies. For example, if you take BHEL, they are going to have a concessional lands to their employees, right? Whatever the market rate it is, less than that, the employees of BHEL will be getting the land. Even they are going to construct the houses and they are going to sell at lower rates to their employees. So such advantages will be there, which we will call it as what? Economies of welfare. Public health care units, educational institutions, And supply of labor is also one of the advantage. From the society only labor will be available now, because those who want to work on daily wages pages, uh, they will be located in that company, nearby the companies, outside uh, outside the society, outside the company, but they will locate nearby the uh, large companies. Why? Because if any daily wage work is available, they can uh, have that work. No? So for that, even skilled people will also concentrate in that particular area, to be located in that particular area, because they can get a good job in that particular industry. So even they can be given technical knowledge also, training it, and they can be hired by the company. If you have a specified education, you may be trained by the company and they can hire. So these are come from the society, you know. So all those comes under the economies of welfare. And it can also expand the company. So one, I even you can see some companies, they are going to have their register office at one location, their manufacturing unit another in another location, like that you can see. And even you can split this whole company into small parts also. Small division can be done based on the specialized areas, and you can have separate forms. For you can take this example of cotton textile. Manufacturing unit will be there for specially for manufacturing threads, and printing will be a separate company. Dyeing will be separate company. Okay, so like that, special based on the specialized areas, they will split the whole work into small companies. An industry may be having this type of uh, specialized companies also. So all this comes under the disintegration, economies of disintegration. Why like this disintegration is done means you can have a specialized, efficient firms, and you can also increase the production, and you can also increase the company's profits also. And coming to the diseconomies, same type of internal and external diseconomies will be there. But as we said, in economies, oppositely other side will be there. As we have a coin, will have two sides. No, same manner here also, two sides. One it is economies, and the other one it is diseconomies. Technical diseconomies will be there. Managerial diseconomies, marketing, financial, and risk bearing. Research also, diseconomies of research, diseconomies of concentration, diseconomies of information, diseconomies of welfare. The only thing there, the same list we have, we can change it to diseconomies. What are the diseconomies of technical? ఇండివిజిబిలిటీస్ ఉండడం వల్ల ఏంటమ్మా మనకు డిసడ్వాంటేజ్. ఇప్పుడు వర్కర్స్ని అపాయింట్ చేస్తాము, వెల్ స్కిల్డ్ పీపుల్ని అపాయింట్ చేస్తాము, and we are not utilizing them to the maximum extent. only production is needed here, because production is going to be adjusted along with the demand. No? So in such cases, largest, even though you are a big company, you need to reduce your production if there is no demand in the market. So in such a case, you cannot make these people to go out of the company. You have to bear them. So that will lead to diseconomy, because you cannot divide them. Like that, even technology, if you once implement the new technology, you cannot divide them. Yeah, whether you are going to use 100% of that technology, or 70% or 50%, you have to bear what you have spent on that. Due to which these internal diseconomies are going to exist. Financial, once you have borrowed from the bankers or financial institutions, of course, you are getting for cheaper rates. But to get these cheaper rates, you are going to borrow more amount. And to get that amount, you need to follow more formalities also. You cannot easily get the finance from these bankers. More documents you have to provide to them. Even the public, if once the public are not paid dividends, even the public, those who have deposited in the shares, they are going to withdraw from this company, and they will go for the some other company. So which will lead to financial diseconomies. Managerial, once you have appointed the good experienced persons, there will be difficulty in because everyone is a specialized departments, also their coordination among these heads, if it is lacking, automatically there will be diseconomy of managerial diseconomy will be there. Marketing, so marketing also, if research you are going to conduct, so that may not be sometimes useful to you, to the large company. So they may fail, or the suddenly tastes and preferences of the people was changed. You have to bring change completely the product. So that will lead to marketing diseconomy. Even if you have advertised about the product, that is waste of money, no? Because you have spent more amount on that. And specialization also, it is not possible in all the cases. You cannot split them into different departments. Only some companies can be having, like cotton, textile, and like that. You can specialize the works. So dividing the work is also difficult. So due to which you will be facing these economies like this technical. You cannot divide the workers. You cannot divide the plant, your plant capacity also. So which will be leading to this technical diseconomy. And risk bearing in case of any uncertainty. So to what extent you can bear? Only to some extent, no? To after you exceed that extent, it will be very difficult because the large companies will be spending more. Big loss will be faced by these large companies, which will lead to diseconomies of risk taking. Even concentration, because it is the concentration is more in one area, means that may lead to more competition. Of course, you may be getting help from outsiders. So, but it may be a competitive to the company. So, it will be very difficult to face that competition. And sometimes power also, shortage of power will be taking place, because everyone require power and you sometimes you and the other company combinedly having certain equipments or certain technology that may be required at the same time by both the companies. So due to which you will enter into the external diseconomies. Okay. So all these are the diseconomies. I think time is up, right? So like this, you can write according to your knowledge. You, you, you can write about the diseconomies also. I'm going to stop here. That's all for today. Any doubts in understanding this economies and diseconomies? Always you people will be mute.